It says we're about 30% right now, so we'll wait just a couple more seconds. There we go. We're live. All right, perfect. So, how's it going, Rachel?
It's going great. How are y'all doing?
Good. So we're live here on axisradio.tv, axisradio.ca/country-music as well if you want to listen in, as well as YouTube, Twitch, and even Facebook Live, I believe, today. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. If you want to get in on the chat, you can hit us up on one of those platforms there. And today we have a special guest in house. Today we have Don Pierce.
Hey, thank you, man.
And we have
I don't think I'm that special, though.
yeah, we have Mrs. Rachel Messer. Is that the proper way to pronounce your last name?
Yeah, Messer.
Messer. Okay, perfect,
Yeah.
perfect, awesome. So right now the
So
station
she's
is.
not.
Yep.
She is married, but she's not Mrs. Messer.
Oh, okay. Yes.
But don't insult her husband, though.
Right. Sorry.
Yeah.
I gotta get him once in a while, Rachel.
Yes. Yeah. So.
Hey, on Access Radio here, we're just playing Rachel's song right now. We're playing "This Old Heart" by Rachel Messer, live on Access Radio, Access TV, and you're in conversation with Don Pierce and Sauerkraut, of course. And we got the sensational Rachel Messer with us today. Man, I am so excited to have her here. I have been a fan of Rachel since about 2018, The Voice. And I still think Blake Shelton was an idiot to let you go. But anyway, welcome everybody. Welcome, Rachel. Glad to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm tickled to death.
Now, while the music is playing, you won't be able to hear the music on axisradio.tv or YouTube, or even Rachel won't be able to hear it. That's being broadcast to our axisradio.ca/country-music only. If you want to check out the music, jump over there. Say hi. We have some people coming on to the chat right now over there. I see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people into that chat over there, so that's pretty good. We'll have some people in our chat for YouTube as well. I might not be able to see what's going on with Facebook. Okay, go ahead.
Got to do the radio thing.
Okay.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. You're with Don Pierce and, of course, Sauerkraut in conversation with the sensational Rachel Messer. Rachel, it is so glad. I am so tickled to have you here, man. I have been a great big fan of yours since 2018. With the show. Glad to have you here. What is things going on in Rachel's life today?
Well, thank you guys for having me. With all of this COVID stuff, it's been kind of crazy, and there really hasn't been all that much. So to get to be on the interviews like this and just reach out to people that way, it's a lot of fun. So I'm really excited to be here.
Great, I'm glad to have you. Hey, go ahead. I think I'm going to touch base, and I'm going to do something backwards here, Sauerkraut, just a little bit, okay?
Sure.
Going to change things around here, Rachel, just a little bit, because I was going through your Facebook page, and you kind of got this thing going on to help you with some music here and get some new music out. And I'm going to put that out here right front and center, so maybe some of your fans that are listening here can help you out with this. You got a GoFundMe page going on here, and you got about 700 and some bucks in there right now. You got $1,000 kind of goal here. What's that all about?
Yeah, well, thank you for mentioning that. I've got some songs that I've really been working on, and with all the time off, it's given me a lot of opportunity to write and express myself that way. And so in that time, I've got a couple songs, few that they're so near and dear to me, and I cannot wait to share. I want y'all to hear them so bad. But, as everybody knows, it's hard, and it costs a lot to make music. So I do have the GoFundMe, and you can donate, but also with donations, 20 or more, you get a t-shirt and some other cool stuff. So it is, you can get a few cool gifts in there as well.
Get a little bang for your buck there. So, go over there to Rachel's Facebook page and, help her out there on that GoFundMe page. I know I did. So, I hope that it is a success for you. And So now let's get into Rachel. We got that out of the way. But, we're going to talk about Rachel as a kid. Growing up in Fort Gay, West Virginia, population 673.
It's a pretty small town.
Yeah, it is pretty small town. When I'm doing my research about you, I found out that you've been singing quite a long time, and 8 years old, you recorded a gospel CD at 8.
I did. It's kind of funny to look back on now. I think you can hear my lack of teeth. But it's something to look back on and laugh at.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, like when you're talking 8 years old, and I'm kind of going to joke with you here, living back in the holler, that what's it like to try and get your music out when you're in such a small community?
Yeah, I mean, it is difficult. It's you definitely have to travel. That just becomes the new norm. I mean, there's nothing really close with, especially in Fort Gay, But I think it starts with singing in churches. That's where my true love for music was born, and it really helped me, get to where I need to be. So you just kind of start there, and then it's just little things along the way, like Coalfield's Got Talent, which is just a little talent show locally, and after I did that, it was like, okay, I won that. Like, I think I can do this. So I guess, in such a small town, you just have to even go for the little things because they really do add up.
Yeah, you kind of got a music background, and like your grandfather was in a bluegrass band.
Mm-hmm.
See, I do my digging. Dad played the guitar.
Hey, you know a lot. That's great.
Well, it's my job to do that. It's what really interested me is your grandfather being in a bluegrass band. Because a lot of your music has that little bit of a bluegrass sound to it, that Kentucky mountain kind of thing, and it's man, when I first heard your voice on The Voice, I wasn't even watching TV. I was in my office and the TV was going, and I had to turn around and stop and say, wait a minute, where did that come from? And your voice brings back a tradition of country music that is so clear and so there that
thank you.
I'm honored to have someone like you on my show that sticks to her country roots. Do you think that's hurting your career a bit?
If anything, I believe it's helping it. I know that, I've been in some meetings with some higher ups, and I remember one guy specifically telling me, and he had a pretty good lot of influence, and, I played him one of my songs, and he's like, oh, you too much steel guitar, you're never going to make it. Country is not coming back. And I was at a country music, meeting, so it was kind of disheartening, but, if I don't stay true to what I love, then I don't love doing it anymore. And I think that that's what really makes success. And, in my experience, it's been going good. I think people are craving the older sound in a world of just, new.
Yeah, right. I agree. I think a lot of that is coming back.
What do you think?
The old country sound is coming back.
Yeah. What do you think about this, the pop country? What are your opinions on that?
In every style of music, I can appreciate, the production, the talent, all that, the instrumental side of things. But to label it as a type of country, I feel like they just need to say, hey, we're kind of like a light pop.
Right.
Because if it were that, it's great for that. But it's definitely not country, in my opinion.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, no, that's we kind of have the same kind of thoughts. A lot of the Mr. Don Pierce for the longest time wouldn't play Taylor Swift. And then we forced him to.
Yeah, I've had this ongoing feud with Taylor about, well, you know what? She got into the country music. She came in with a big bang, with her song Tim McGraw and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, she turned pop artist, with the makeup and the costumes. And it was like, whoa, and being an old guy, I'm kind of an old guy. Yeah, that didn't thrill me much. And when I turn on the radio today, it's not country music anymore because I can turn on a pop station and hear the exact same music. And, I guess Riley Green said it best, I wish country music was played on country radio.
Yep.
And and you bring that back to me, you know, like that tradition, that heart and soul of country music. And, you know, in searching you out, you know, you've got a couple of different songs out there. You've got, you know, Jesus in My Six String, great song. Love that song. Love that whole thing. But, you know, I caught a little video of you kind of doing a studio video of a song that was kind of more poppity country, I thought, than your traditional stuff. But you looked like you were having a great time, you know. But there was some
Yeah.
eye movement there that I had to giggle at. It was like you were trying to hit a note that you weren't sure you were going to get. And what was that song called? It was what the heck was the song? It always rains when I'm lonesome.
Yeah.
Is that, you know, that's a cool song.
Yeah, I really love that one. It's fun and it's kind of different. I actually didn't write that one. Larry Cordell wrote that, and so I was super honored to get to record one of his songs. But it's funny because whenever I typically write music, it is generally maybe more melancholy, like This Old Heart, you know, Where the Weeping Willow Cries. It's a little more sedate. So it was really fun to have something a little more exciting, maybe sassy.
Yeah, it was. You know, I really, you know, tapped my toe to it. And I thought, okay, she sent me all this bluegrassy stuff. Well, why the heck didn't she send me that? Like, what a beautiful song! Like, and we're heard in 5 countries, Rachel. And I'm telling you, like some of the new country artists that are coming out there, they are now being played in Ireland and all over the place, thanks to
Wow.
us. I have a good friend that has an FM radio station in Ireland that I share music with all the time. And we were talking about you just the other day.
Oh.
And of course, they've got the European music shows, just like The Voice and everything else. And he says, you know, that girl you're having on, you know, what a great voice she has. She must be a pretty big star. So what happened, you know, after The Voice to Rachel Messer?
You
I'm
know,
not even going to give Blake Shelton any headlines here because I still think he's an idiot.
well, thank you for that. You know, it was
I don't
fun.
think he's going to be too happy, but
Oh man, yeah. I mean, you know, I was a little disappointed at first, and then I was just like, you know, um, I just prayed for so long, whether I make it for 1 round or 2, or you know, till the end, just that His will be done. And I really felt like I had done my part there, and so it was exciting to come back home and have such a good support from my hometown. They were all so great, and you know, in a hometown of about 600 people, everybody knows everybody, so it was great to have them standing behind me. But it's definitely opened a lot of doors. You know, I'm getting to do things like this, you know, talking to you guys and just meeting a lot of different people. It's great.
Good,
yeah,
good.
that you know, your battle there with Katina Kane, you know, like I still think you did better on the vocals than she did.
Thank you.
That's just my opinion, and because I'm a traditional, and you know, I was rooting for you all the way, and I when Blake, you know, came out and he picked, my heart just sunk. It was like my own daughter just lost her biggest break in life. But what you said there, you know, it's opened a lot of doors for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you find them doors now with COVID and everything kind of closing, and you're having to work harder just to, you know, get people to know who Rachel Messer is?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this was, personally, it felt like this was going to be my year. I had some really great stuff planned, some big things that I was excited about, and you know, it all got canceled. And it's really hard to, you know, it's hard in the midst of all this because we don't know when we're going to open back up. We don't know anything, you know, and it's frustrating, and you know, all the specific guidelines, and you know, it really takes a lot away, and you do have to work twice as hard just to stay relevant in people's minds, and so they will remember you when you do open back up. But I think that's, you know, why it's really important to be putting out new music, and why I've been so excited for sharing, you know, what's to come.
Yeah, you do a lot of Facebook Live things on Wednesday nights there and stuff with your husband Connor.
Yeah.
You know, you're married to another, you know, musician and an artist, you know, a lover of music. How does that work out in your everyday life?
It's great. You know, I never really pictured, oddly enough, being with a musician, someone that I could write songs with and could go tour with me and stuff. But you know, when I met him, it was crazy, and we just kind of it's so easy with him because you know he's twice the musician as I am, all that. So it's a lot of fun to play with him, and it really makes shows interesting. He's somebody that I can interact with and talk to, and you know, plus I love him. But it really brings another dynamic to live performances and even just the way that I write songs with him.
Yeah, you know, like I listen to your Facebook Live stuff. You know, when you come on live there, you know, I'm pretty quiet in there, but you know, I do pop in and listen to you. And he's got a hell of a voice. You know,
He's
like
great. Oh
there's
gosh.
somebody else that I've never heard of, and I want to know why.
I know. I mean, honestly, like it just hearing him and just, you know, the longer that we play together, it's like I really start to realize, like, geez, how are you not like you need to go on The Voice.
I'm not going to give him all the limelight here.
Yeah.
This is about you. But you know, it was surprising to me, you know, after The Voice and everything else, that, you know, how long was it from The Voice till you and Connor got married?
Oh man.
Were you married when you were on The Voice?
No, we were just dating. We had only been dating probably about 5 or 6 months at that point, and so he really wanted to come down for that. But you know, it was just we were really early on, and things were kind of hard to get him down there. So, but I think it was a little under a year before we got married after that. So, yeah.
Good.
Then big changes.
It was.
Married
yeah.
life is a pretty big change in a girl's life.
It is. You know,
What do you
it
think?
changes.
What do you think? What do you think Granddaddy Messer would say about Connor?
You know, I think that they get along so good. They'll go out and smoke their cigars and shoot guns, and I mean, it's so amazing to see. My family love him as much as they do. I couldn't have asked for anything better.
Nice.
But I will tell you, your family's hard to search out. I was trying to get a hold of your granddaddy. I wanted him to be on the show today and kind of come in here and surprise you, and I couldn't get a hold of him. Like, are you guys so cell phone illiterate down there that nobody got a phone or what?
Well, he doesn't.
Or you guys went all unlisted on us?
Oh yeah, he likes to stay pretty private, and he doesn't play quite as much as he used to, unfortunately. But he would have loved to have been on here for sure.
Now, which part of West Virginia are you in? Are you closer to like Tennessee, or are you further north from there? What area are you from?
I'm from southern West Virginia, so it's pretty much right down at the bottom border in Kentucky. So
Okay.
I'm almost right on the border. I'm about 20 minutes from Louisa, Kentucky, which is just another small town, and that's actually where we just bought some land. So we're going to still be living pretty close.
Oh, nice. And then a question that I'm just going to throw out there: have you been signed yet for a record label or anything like that, or have you been trying to see anybody about that?
You know, I haven't been signed, and that is something that I've thought about and prayed about, definitely. And to be honest, I would love to stay independent as long as I could. I love the freedom of being able to choose what I put out to represent myself. And I mean, I guess they both have their pros and cons, but I'm really enjoying just taking it at my own speed and my own taste right now.
Very good.
Well, the only problem with that is, being an independent artist, we've had the likes of Robert Eckridge and Southern Days in here. Robert's been around for umpteen years, as you know, played with the likes of George Jones and, big influence in country music and big influence in independent artists, the freedom that they have. But he's always big when he comes on our show and he talks about the cost.
Yeah.
The cost of the independent artist and the way some of these music streams, like 200,000 streams for Rachel to make $150.
Yeah.
Someone's making a lot more money on Rachel than Rachel.
Yeah.
But you still have to use them platforms today to get out there. And That's the hard part. And I said to Robert, why don't you guys all as independent artists turn it around on the corporate world?
Yeah.
Start your own damn label. But instead of the label getting 75%, give it to the artist so they can continue to make music, and give the 25% instead of the artist getting 25% and getting broke. Well, these corporate world, and I hate the corporate bubble, Rachel.
Oh yeah.
So now you got me going. I am the most opinionated broadcaster in country radio. So, when I get going on the corporate bubble, I'm the guy that told the president of Sony Records to go off his rear end because his little department and his bubble, ruined a lot of careers for no reason.
Yeah.
And the control they have just irritates me to no hell, because in today's music world, if you don't fit into that little bubble, they don't want to talk to you. It's that simple. And then we've got great gals like yourself with voices that, well, I'll say it, like an angel. And, got to fight for every little bit of airplay. And that's where I come in as Access Country Radio. I am a big supporter of independent artists. And believe it or not, ask my sidekick here. It is in my contract here at Access Radio that I can play whatever the hell I want, including independent artists. And I tell you, lately, you guys are taking up most of my show.
Well, that is awesome. I mean, I think I speak on behalf of all independent artists that that means the world. I mean, it's stations like this and just people willing to reach their hand out to independent artists that really keeps us going, because it is hard.
Yeah. Now, is your music listed on iTunes?
It is, yeah. Okay. iTunes, Spotify, pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, well, we always advocate for people to buy the music, obviously. Use, radio station platforms like ours to sample it. If you like it, great, then buy it. Same with Spotify. If you like something that you hear on Spotify, actually buy it, because as Don said, 100,000 streams and you get $150. It's really not going to cut it at the end of the day.
200,000, buddy.
Yeah. So, I mean, it all depends
200,000 streams.
Yeah. It's just crazy that, how you guys have to struggle for that. And somebody's making money somewhere along the way with Spotify, and same with Apple Music and stuff like that. Yeah. So through, advertising and stuff like that. So if you buy the music, obviously it's much better. And it's always better to buy it either directly from the artist or, like their CDs and stuff like that. Or if you buy it from iTunes, is another good spot to buy it from. So
well, thank you.
Yeah, so we always when we put your music up, when it's played on our channel, we always have it so that our listeners can they'll have a link to buy it right away. It'll actually link it to Amazon and to iTunes, so every time that your song comes up, that is an option for them as well.
That's great. Thank you so much for playing it. Appreciate it.
See what happens when you get added to the Access family?
I am so honored.
Like Robert Eckridge, and some of the biggest artists that we have here, like Rob Gore, Breakout Artist of the Year, has been here. And, his big thing is, you guys do so much for the artist. What can we do for you? Well, we got a lot of things that we do here at Access Radio, and one of them is we put on e-concerts. And I know he told you that I was going to hit you up with this live on the air. So I know you know.
Oh, yeah.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, is that I'm not going to ask you live on the air, just to screw his little attitude up. But Rachel, I do have to take a commercial break right here on the radio end of things. So we'll be right back with Rachel Messer right here on Access Country, and in conversation with the Don Pierce, and of course, that guy over there, Sauerkraut. Hey, we'll be right back after this, everybody.
So at this point...
Okay, you're dead off the radio.
Yeah, so at this point, nobody can hear us on the radio, but they can still hear us on YouTube and stuff like that. So we want to try to be still pretty good, okay? We don't want to be cussing up
You're still live on TV.
Yeah. So at this point, we just fill in with some little stuff, and this is behind the scenes footage that people usually wouldn't get because usually this would have been edited out.
Yeah.
But we found that there's a lot of times that we get some really good information during these little side stories and whatnot. So
Love that.
Well, there you
Yeah.
go.
yeah. Now, have you ever heard of a person named Kristen K. Smith?
I don't believe I have.
All right. So she's actually a pretty good contact to have. She's in Kentucky. Or is she in Tennessee, Don? Do you know?
She's in Nashville, buddy.
Nashville. Sorry. All right.
No,
So it's still not too
Nashville.
far from West Virginia. But yeah, so she's got her own recording studio, and she's a vocal coach and stuff like that. And she's who Rob Georg went to go see to lay down his tracks and stuff like that. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, we'll send you a link to the to your email as well, where you can contact her if you're interested in maybe running some vocal stuff with her, and then running a couple running a couple songs for your tracks and your CDs and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
She
Thank
is a
you.
fantastic producer, songwriter. She has friends like Garth Brooke type friends.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
we are actually going to have Christian on our show here in the near future about she's going to talk about how artists can make it in the world and how important it is to record things and get it out there right, because
Yeah.
one bad recording could end your career.
that is very
Look
true.
here, I'm falling behind here.
How many
I
seconds
just
left?
got Rachel's song going here.
Oh,
I almost blew the whole cue. I forgot I was on the radio. I was so interested in talking
Yeah,
to Rachel. I forgot that I had to put the damn song on. So anyway, we're playing Rachel's Messer song, California Sunrise, right here on Access Country Radio. So if you want to hear that, you can go to www.axisradio.ca and hit the country link. And you're going to hear Rachel's beautiful voice with this California Sunrise right here. So what a great song that is. Everybody on TV, jump over there and hear this beautiful song, because you're not hearing it right now because, well, YouTube and all them funny places believe that copyright are getting real important for everybody. Even though the lady sitting right here, they would jump a mile high if we actually played your song
Oh.
live on YouTube right now.
yeah,
With all the new rules coming up, we're just going to stay legal here.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
if you want to hear a song, you got to get onto the radio station, and that's it.
Yeah.
So we're in conversation with Rachel Messer, and we are going to get back to the conversation right after this.
yeah.
Okay, we're clear.
So,
Except on TV. We're not clear on TV.
yeah.
So everybody here on Access TV is kind of wondering, are you still, performing at the Billie Jean Osborne, Kentucky Opry? Is that something that's still in your books?
I'm not a part of the Kentucky Opera anymore. As much as I loved it, it did feel like the right time to kind of start a new chapter in my life. But that was one of the greatest, 3 years that I've ever had performing with so many talented people. It was amazing.
Yeah, I watched some of the videos from there, and you did some great performances there, I got to tell you. And if you go back to some of the early ones, you can watch Rachel Messer grow,
Yeah.
between your YouTube channel and some of the stuff I found online. Man, have you grown as an artist? And I got to tell you that you're a beautiful young lady, and I really
Thank you.
truly hope the best for you. I truly do think Blake made a mistake, and tell the TV audience here what kind of life it was, to all of a sudden come from Fort Gay, West Virginia, population 673. Well, I'm sure they've had a few babies since 2018, but, then all of a sudden stepping on a stage and millions of people knowing who Rachel Messer is.
It was just the wildest thing. I remember standing there as it was happening, and I was just, it didn't feel real at all. And it still kind of doesn't. I feel like sometimes I'm just like, did that really happen? I mean, yeah, I guess it did. But I mean, it is wild to know that you've reached more people than you could count. I mean, it's crazy, but it really makes me hopeful, and it brings me so much joy when I get people from, from all over. I mean, I've gotten people from halfway across the world telling me that they saw my audition, and it helped them through a hard time in their life. It brought them joy. It made them laugh and smile, and you know, that's why I do it. It's awesome.
Good.
You know, the way you talk about music, you can tell it comes from your heart and comes from your soul. And you know, there's a lot of artists that, well, let's say, I'm going to rephrase that. A lot of people play music, but not too many people become artists. And my girl, you have become a sensational artist over the years.
Thank you.
I have watched you since 2018, and I've watched you grow, not only as a country artist, but as a person.
Thank you.
You know, as a young lady that flourished, and I watched her music kind of grow. Your videos are getting way much better. I love the tunnel videos, by the way.
Thank you.
That is kind of one of the unique things. I got to hit the air here for a minute. You know, that is so unique. That is, you know, bringing a little bit of home, you know.
Yeah.
Well, that was Rachel Messer right there, California Sunshine. We have Rachel right here live with us on Access TV. So what you didn't hear, because you were listening to the song, is we're talking about a little bit of Rachel, of course, growing as an artist and, you know, as a young lady, married within the last year or so of The Voice. Big changes there in your life, I can tell you that. I did find out something, though, by one of your fans. I'm supposed to ask you, is biscuits, gravy, and bacon still your favorite food?
Oh! You know what? I think it will forever be my go-to favorite food. You just can't go wrong with some B&G and crispy bacon.
I'll tell you, you know, so I don't know who. I got to find my notes here. I can't even find her name now, but she actually messaged me and said, "You want to get Rachel to laugh? Ask her about her biscuits, gravy, and bacon cravings."
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious!
I think your husband is going incognito, giving us questions.
That is hilarious. They definitely made me laugh, and wow. I'm surprised that they know that, but that's awesome.
We dig deep.
Oh yeah.
You know what? We also know that date night involves a Crackle Barrel.
Yes,
Cracker Barrel is our go-to. We love the pancakes.
Yeah, I was just gonna say pancakes is what you get there. That's
I
saw that.
Great.
Yeah, we dig deep, Rachel. I gotta tell you though, is Connor with you there today?
He's at work right now. He had just left right before I got on.
Can you give him a message for me?
I sure will.
You tell Connor when he's taking the next country sensation out, he can do a little better than Cracker Barrel.
I'll have to let him know.
Good Lord. Yeah, but I got to tell you, I love your little videos that you come out with your husband. You guys look like you have so much fun, and you really click, and you can tell, you know, you guys are truly happy together, which is rare. Where did you meet Connor?
How we met, it was crazy. At the same stage that I used to sing at the Kentucky Opry, they have this thing called Front Porch Pickin', and it's just basically this big open mic where everybody gets up and they have a house band, and it's a lot of fun. But one night I was there. This was back in 2016, I believe, and I was actually with somebody else. I was not, you know, looking or anything, but he came up, and he's actually from. He was born in Louisville, Kentucky, but he's from New Orleans. So he was in on a mission trip from New Orleans, and he sang there, and we were sitting backstage, and, you know, I couldn't help but notice him. And, you know, I guess he noticed me, and he said, "Hey, do you need help tuning your guitar?" And because I was dating somebody else, you know, I was like, "Oh, no, thanks. You know, I'm okay." But I never really caught his name.
Did you really need help tuning your guitar?
No, and he knew that. He totally knew that.
Good Lord.
Yeah,
what a cheesy line. You need help tuning your guitar.
It worked, obviously. It wasn't cheesy if it worked.
Right? That's a line that you would use.
That's what every guy in the world.
Line that you would lose.
Every guy in the world is now going to, every time they see a country music artist up on stage that they like, they're going to go up and say, "Hey, do you need help tuning your guitar?" Whether or not they even know how to tune a guitar.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's a good icebreaker for sure.
But I'll tell you, Rachel, is when that fella on the other side of the camera there found out you were coming, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give your secret away. He has a crush on you, even though he's a married man. He thinks that, and he's about your age, so, he just looks old and ugly. He works too hard. That's the problem.
No.
He was more excited. He was more excited that you were coming than I was.
Yeah.
And when we started talking about having you on the show, and I got to tell everybody that you were kind enough that we had you booked a month or so back, and we had to cancel the show. And we thank you for your patience.
Absolutely. I wouldn't want to miss this. You guys are great, and I'm having a ball just sitting here getting to talk music with somebody. It's great.
And for the record, I am much older than you. I'm not close to your age. I would imagine. Well, I know your age, but yeah, I'm older.
So do I. Why? You think she's afraid of it?
No, but she's older than.
What's that?
Or sorry, I'm older than her. Sorry.
She's older than.
No, the other way around.
Jeez, I was being nice.
Yes.
I was being nice to you.
Yeah.
It was the first
wow.
time. See,
I know.
You see him, Rachel? Now he's got a red face. I got him to blush. Finally, in all these years of working with you, I finally got your face to turn red. And I finally, after all these years, my man, I finally got you. Thank you, Rachel, for letting me get him.
So if you say it's red, I can change that right now. See, like now it's kind of, there we go. Now it's blue. We're good now.
Yeah. Can I get back to my interview?
Yeah,
now?
let's get back to the interview. Let's stop making fun of myself. And nobody's ever going to come back on the show if we don't actually interview our guest.
I don't know. They have fun here.
Yeah.
They have guys actually wanting to come back, and that surprises me. Really.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess
anyway,
they're just suckers for punishment.
We are with Access Radio, and we are talking with Rachel Messer, voice contestant, Team Blake, and just a wonderful, wonderful music artist. You got to catch her at, what is your website now, Rachel? Is I Am Rachel Messer, is it still Rachel Messer Music?
It is IamRachelMesser.com. That's, yeah.
Yeah, do you have your albums up there for sale too, and all your merchandise and all that fun stuff?
I sure do. Anything and everything that you could want as far as merch, it's all on that website to check out.
Well, you know what? Everybody's got to go there and help her out. And don't forget that she has her GoFundMe page going on. We talked about it a little bit at the beginning of the show, folks. And, we want you to go there and help her. She's got about $776 on a $1,000 goal to get some new music out there. And it's really hard for these independent artists today to, be able to get into the studios, especially with COVID. The cost involved, you got to make the pay all the people that are in the studio to help you, right?
Yeah.
Is that including your backup bands and everything else?
Yeah, I mean, there's so much more that goes into it than just simply paying for the song. I mean, there's a whole team behind that song, and they all deserve so much pay and so much credit. So it takes a lot just to get everybody covered.
Yeah, it's it amazes me sometimes that you independent artists actually get a new release out because of the cost involved in it.
Yeah.
And that's where, artists like yourself, we kind of like to hook up with Christian because for Nashville, she's pretty reasonable. And just to tell you a little bit about Christian's story and Rob Gord. Rob came from Germany, and he came to Nashville to record a couple of songs to fulfill a bucket list. And now his couple of his songs are number one in North America.
Oh my gosh.
So he's one of them guys that went and seen Christian, and she's seen talent and brought it out there and is going crazy. And she's got so many big names behind her now and some co-writes there that I think that, and she likes to help young artists. And I think you guys would work well together. Anyway, that's your decision to make. Hey, we're with Rachel Messer. You're within conversation with Access Radio. I got to tell you, we're going to get back to the interview. You know, I did some digging, and you know, you got some influence in country music like Merle Haggard, Johnny Cash. Heard
Yeah.
that them are the two people that you would love to record a song with and write a song with. You know, if you had a choice, which one would it actually be? If Johnny was still alive and could say, "I want to record a song with you," what would you do? Number one, I think you'd faint, but
That was a horrible Johnny Cash impersonation, first off. I have to say that.
well, you know what? I'm Canadian. I don't have that holler kind of deal. You know, it's I just stop picking on me. You're just trying to get me because I got you.
Right,
so
right.
It ain't
Okay.
working. Let's get back to Johnny here.
You know, I definitely, that is one of the hardest questions I have ever been asked. But it's just probably Johnny Cash if I had to pick. I don't know if y'all have ever seen the movie Walk the Line, but as a kid, I grew up watching. That was when, you know, the grocery stores would have the video rental. And I would beg my mom to rent that over and over and over until finally my grandparents just was like, here, we'll buy you the tape. But that was just, you know, seeing that and like getting an idea of his life. You know, hands down, Johnny Cash. I got to go with that.
What's your favorite Johnny Cash song?
You know, it's like drink.
I would probably. I mean, I know it's super cliche, but I feel like Walk the Line is so. If you really listen to the lyrics, they're so deep and beautiful, and I don't know. I think that would probably have to be it.
Good.
Yeah, that's a good tune. There's another partnership. You know, June Carter and Johnny, many years together, sang together. You know, and I heard a little interview with you and Connor. Actually, that Connor, you know, he says, you know, in that interview that when he sings with you, he still can't believe that he's singing with you, and that it's so different than singing by himself because the words feel so much different when you're singing to someone you care about.
Yeah.
I've watched a couple of your videos, and you know, there's them times when you guys are looking in each other's eyes. You know, it's like honeymoon time, and it's great to see the young couple interacting like that, and the fun you guys have with Facebook Live and having him join you. Is this partnership going to be the new Rachel Messer?
I'm really hoping so. That's kind of our goal here is just to be able to do it together and it be an us thing. With his job right now, he's busy a lot, so he doesn't quite get to do as much as he would like to. But I think that's definitely our end goal for sure.
And there's the problem, like you know, you having to get a side stick here, you know, and it kind of takes away from the music. When you've got to, you know, all of a sudden life comes and hits you in the face and say, yep, okay, the voice is over and life goes on and, you know, mortgages have to be paid, car payments have to be paid, you know, and one of us has have to kind of step back. Now, have you had to take other work because of the slowdown in COVID and, you know, the slowdown in your music?
Thankfully, I haven't had to yet. That's definitely something that we were just kind of watching. And, you know, I told him if I need to get a job, you know, I'm totally okay with that. Music is my passion. So as long as anything doesn't get in the way of that, you know, I'm not a super materialistic person. I just want to be doing what I love. And so I feel like, you know, I could do with a little less if I have to, if it means I get to continue on with my dream. But I mean, so far, thankfully, we've been super blessed and we've still been doing okay with everything. But, you know, it does put a damper on things.
Yeah, it sure does. It's, you know, now, you know, with COVID and internet radio and, you know, all this new fangled social media, I'm myself just learning this social media platform myself. And coming from mainstream radio into an internet radio setting, you know, I watch the numbers pretty heavy, you know, because my career too, right? And internet radio over COVID has grown 86%. Do you find that you're getting more streams of your music now because of COVID and people staying at home, listening to music and, you know, trying to be happy?
Yeah. I think it definitely has picked up. to be honest, I haven't checked my streams lately. It's kind of like how they tell you not to weigh yourself every day. I try to not look too closely every day, because I mean, it is just one of those things. It's like, it is what it is. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. But I think it definitely has picked up, and I've been getting a lot more response from people telling me that through COVID, and having to stay home, they've been listening to my music. So messages like that just make my day.
Well, yeah, and having that presence on social media, how important do you think that is today for a young artist?
I think it's everything. And to be honest, I kind of hate that. I mean, I love it and I hate it. I love it because it's such a better way to connect with people. Like, you can get on here and I can actually chat with people and see them and talk to them. But, in a way, I would love for it to be, to just back in the days when Loretta Lynn was coming up, and you go to Nashville and you pitch your songs, and it's, at face value. I feel like social media brings in a totally different aspect of that. How many followers do you have? What is your following? And that all goes into correspondence with, oh, am I going to get this gig? Or, it's just, I feel like sometimes it takes the focus off of a true talent. But I mean, it is great because I get to talk with you guys. So it definitely has its pros and cons.
Yeah, like in the one thing I find about the internet radio system is that you're not just talking to 100,000 people in a city right now. You're talking to people in 5 countries. So and I'm gonna pick on Ireland because I'm Irish, and I love Ireland. Can't say I've ever been there. My parents have, of course, but
that's awesome.
If you had to talk to somebody in Ireland, one of your fans in Ireland right now who is listening, what would you say about Rachel Messer music and how to get it over there? Like, your music will be over there after this show. We have I'm going to bring this up. We have somebody who has an independent radio station that is recording us and then stealing our music and playing it over to Ireland. So a lot, yeah, and they think we mind. We don't care because, it's a good slap on our shoulder that you think our show is good enough. You're stealing our shit. But did I just say that on the radio? I guess I did on TV. I apologize.
No. But I have it set for mature
funny,
setting.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
You say that you got it set for immature settings.
Well, yes, that too, of course. It is our station after all. But there is a warning that comes up on them saying that this is for mature audiences. So when a swear word or two slips, we're okay. We're covered.
Well, that's it, eh? Being the most opinionated broadcaster in country radio, sometimes I slip. So they had to cover my butt somehow. There's nothing I hate in getting that brown envelope with all them regulatory officials' names on it, because I know when I open it, it's going to cost me $100,000. So it just drives me nuts. But anyway, I want to talk to you a little bit about this song, Where the Weeping Willow Cries. I've heard past interviews about this song. It was a song that you had tucked away somewhere that came back, and you listened to it, kind of deal, and you thought, But I got to tell you, that's a great song, and we've only been playing it on our station since you sent it to me. It was automatically put on our rotation. But it's slowly climbing we have this little chart thing that I keep track of who requests songs and how many times it's played on the auto DJ, how many times I play it. And, you started out about 49 the first time I played it, and you're sitting about number 11 now in a week.
Oh, wow.
Of people wanting to hear that song.
Oh, my gosh.
And I have a young lady by the name of Sharon White. I don't know if you've ever heard of Sharon White. Sharon Marie White, great country artist, pops into our show quite a bit on our chat line and stuff, that really, really loves your voice. Oh. And she's the one that tells me you have a voice of an angel. Oh. And you're affecting other artists when they hear your music. How does that feel when you know that other country artists are listening to your music and enjoying it?
it blows me away. I mean, it is wild to think that, I don't know, just something that, was kind of born out of my emotions and my home, my thoughts about my home place, and just, kind of, it's, my songs are kind of an extension of me, and to think that people are listening to that and enjoying it and even applying it to their own lives, that just, I mean, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, like Robert Eckridge, he's a hell of a fan of yours, by the way.
Oh,
Lives out there on that highway there with Loretta Lynn and all them, that Music Row Highway there outside of
yeah.
Lexington. Yeah, he lives out that way. I've got a lot of great friends and influences in the music. Expressed interest in working with you. I know that he has
Oh, yeah.
got in touch with me to get your stuff and all that kind of stuff. Is there any future of Rachel Messer working with other artists besides Connor?
Absolutely. I love collaborations, and I'm totally down to do that. That's something I've always wanted to do, and so yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, he's quite a popular dude in that tri-state area. Like, I mean, huge, and that's that little circle there. But very well known in Nashville for what he does. The old Bluebird performed there with George Jones and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah.
he's got some kick, let's say, in the music business. So I was glad to be able to send him your stuff anyway. If you guys reached out, that's your business. We're not even going to touch that on the show today. But anyway, there's one more other question I got to ask you. It's been really ticking me. How did you really feel when Blake said that final word?
I think I felt better than I probably expected to. The emotions kind of hit later on, because something about the voice is, I don't know, maybe I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. Probably it's okay, but they give you that big contract. But anyways, after you get off of the show and you're voted off or whatever, you have to go see somebody, kind of a psychiatrist, and to help you deal with your emotions. And I remember sitting there with her, and she was like, I mean, how do you feel? And I mean, I was all smiles. I was like, I'm good. I'm happy. And so, I mean, I think I was just very blessed to feel that way. I would have loved to have stayed and continued my journey on there. But one of the things that I was most concerned about was just being happy with my own performance and just, doing my all and knowing that I gave it my best shot. And I really believe I did. So, it's kind of whatever.
And that's, what a great attitude that you have for that. And I've had other talk to other contestants from The Voice and The Idol, and it's amazes me that some that are crushed totally, that they think their life is totally ended now, but then there's people like you that, what, it was my big break. It brought my music to the world.
Yeah.
It was an experience that I probably will never live again.
For sure.
But it was an experience that I will never forget.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree.
You're talking about contracts and stuff with The Voice and everything. Like, once you're voted off, and you have to go see your tell me if you're okay person. Is it goodbye? Here's your plane ticket. Adios. Back to Virginia you go.
It kind of was. I flew out the next day. Until it airs on TV, you still are remaining pretty closely in touch. They set up all of your interviews, all of your TV appearances, things like that. So they do help out with as it is airing, which was really helpful with managing all that. But I mean, after it's aired and it's all said and done, it's pretty much like goodbye.
Has any of them fancy artists that were the judges on The Voice, has any of them reached out to you after you were eliminated?
No, I haven't heard from any of them.
Yeah, and what a job they must have, eh? Like, the talent in these talent shows, and that's exactly what they are, is getting so much better than when they started 20 years ago in the Idol. the music is the caliber of artists like yourself coming on these shows. What a tough job they must have.
Yeah, I would not want to be in their shoes. I mean, just in my season alone, I mean, gosh, everybody was so amazing. I was just thinking to myself, I don't know how they'll vote anybody off.
So, what was it like meeting Mr. Shelton for the first time?
Oh my gosh, I was a total fangirl. I'll be honest, it's all a bit of a blur. Everybody asked me, how did he smell? That's probably one of my most number one questions about Blake Shelton is how did he smell? And I don't even know. I wish I would have paid attention.
I don't know about you, sauerkraut, but
yeah.
I don't care how Blake Shelton
smells. I don't really think I give a damn.
Yeah, that's not on my top list of questions on how Blake Shelton smells.
I got to tell you though, I follow Blake's page too, obviously, and I bet you he smells a lot like booze because he seems to like it a lot. I don't know, but oh my God, that's a big thing on Facebook.
Well, after dumping Rachel, he probably smells like regret. That's what I'm gonna say. He smells like.
That was a good one.
Well, I got to tell you, I was on pins and needles that day and watching the show, and when I heard him say that, he was picking cat, I was actually screaming at the TV, swearing at the guy. And the way I was going, you'd almost think he could hear me. But you know what? I was calling him every name in the book. What an idiot you are. Like, are you crazy? And, oh, well, I guess he didn't hear me because he didn't get called back. Anyway, folks, we're with Rachel Messer right here at Access Country Radio at www.axisradio.ca and live on Access TV and Twitch and Facebook and all them other fine social media stuff. Glad that everybody is here with us today. Got a great young artist with us. Been in the music business a long time. Let me see, season, what was it? 2018 you were on The Voice, season 15?
Yes, yeah, that was it.
Got that right. I finally get something right. I got to look at my notes all the time, getting old. But, I'm telling you, Rachel, I am a great big fan of yours. What's next for Rachel Messer?
Well, soon, hopefully, Lord willing, I've got some music coming out, and that is just, I know I say this every time. I know I say it every time. I can't wait for you to hear this one. But truly, I cannot wait for you all to hear this one. I think in the times that we're living in today, where everything is just upside down, I think it's really going to ring true. And I think a lot of people are going to be able to relate to it and feel something when they hear it. I know it's just as I was writing it, I was just it's very relatable to the times we're in today. So I truly cannot wait for you guys to hear this one. So that's top priority right now.
Good.
Well, you better not lose my email then, so I can get that copy as soon as you got that into the machine and out.
First one.
There you go.
Is my thing. Let's talk about your writing style. Where does that come from, and where does your influence come from your writing? Like, is it Johnny and Merle and all the greats, or does it come from somewhere inside of Rachel? Just there.
I think growing up listening to bluegrass and Southern gospel, that was what I was raised on, and then eventually coming to love and appreciate, classic country music as well. I think it's just kind of instilled in me to try to tell a story through my music. So, I believe all the greats, they do play a part in it, but also it's just a way for me to express what I'm feeling and really just put that into words. The music means so much to me. It's whenever I get to release it to you guys, it's almost as if I'm letting you read my diary, and I love that. And so it kind of just comes from here.
Well, and that's great. Do you find it that when someone proposes a song to you and gives you a song, do you sometimes not want to record it because you want to be Rachel Messer and not sing somebody else's stuff because it's not coming from Rachel and it's not my heart? Do you still have that heart in the song that you don't write?
Yeah, I mean, there are definitely, like the song on my EP, California Sunrise. It was the song "Too Good to Be True." I actually didn't write that one. That was a song written by Larry Cordell as well. But it was almost as if I did write it, because Connor is from New Orleans, and it talks about falling in love with a New Orleans guy, and it is just, it's very true to my life. And so when I get songs like that really are very relatable to me, I don't care who writes it, but I really like to make sure that no matter who is writing it, it is something that I can believe in and really put my heart into.
Well, that puts it right to the point, I can tell you that. Anyway, Rachel, I'm glad that you stopped by, and we're not going to keep you much longer. And we're gonna play your song right here, because we need to take one of these break things that we always have to take on the radio before people get upset for us not playing their ads and all that kind of fun stuff. But we'll be right back here with Rachel Messer right after this. Clear the radio.
Clear. Perfect. Okay. Good.
Rachel. Okay.
I have something, for whatever reason, it's showing up as Carl Ray's interview still under the title for this, so I have to change that. So somebody just sent me a text saying, "Hey, didn't you guys do Carl Ray last week?"
So I got it on I got a little text from me saying that she don't look like Carl Ray.
No, that's completely different.
You know who that was, right? Yeah. Madam Penelope there, she texted, she says, "Did you check your feed?" And I said, "That's his job." He doesn't look like Carl Ray.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's I changed it and even put a new whole blurb down there, but for whatever reason, still came out as that. So I'm gonna have to get my nephew in here to fix that up again. I get my 11-year-old nephew to come help me with the computer problems.
They know more than.
Oh yeah, they know.
Anybody.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Actually, when my dad used to have to buy a computer or something, actually I remember there was a calculator that he wanted to buy, and he couldn't figure out how to turn it on, and neither could the sales rep. And so he handed it to me, and it took me like 2 minutes, and here you go, turned it on. He's like, "Do you know how you did that?" Not a clue.
That would be me.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, Rachel, it really twists me sometimes when he's saying, "Oh, I got my nephew in here." I said, "You're giving our $1 million radio station to 11-year-old? Really?"
Yeah, gotta let him run it. Gotta let him.
He knows
do
what
it.
he's doing.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Got 3 seconds here, guys. Hello, everybody. Hey, welcome to the show. You're within Conversations with Don Pierce and, of course, Sauerkraut, with the one, the great Rachel Messer, voice contestant. Beautiful, beautiful voice. Rachel, I got to tell you, man, I've really enjoyed having you here. I am a huge, huge fan of yours.
Thank you so much.
Can't wait till your new stuff comes out. Once again, everybody, she's got this GoFundMe page going. Help her out there. She's got about $750 or so in that thing right now. I checked this morning, but I wrote it down, and now I can't find my paper. So where can people find Rachel's music? Give her your big shout out for all your websites and all your social media stuff for us, Rachel.
Yeah, well, I'm super easy to find. My Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, website, everything is at I am Rachel Messer, and IamRachelMesser.com is my website. So it's just that one handle for everything, and you can find me there, and I'm keeping everybody up to date with the new music, and the GoFundMe links are all on the websites and things like that. So yeah.
It's been great having you here, Rachel.
Thank you
don't
so
take
much.
off right away, though. I want to talk to you yet again. Hey, here we're going to do Where the Weeping Willow Cries. Rachel Messer right here on Access Country Radio and the Don Pierce Show. And, of course, in conversation with Mr. Don Pierce on Sauerkraut. Glad that everybody came to join us with this interview today. Glad to have him. Don't forget, next week we got the one, the only Miss Cheryl Marie White in here coming to talk to us, just like Rachel did. Another fine artist. Got a background in country music that'll blow your mind.
And we'll change the name of the stream.
Thanks for joining us here today. Here is Miss Rachel Messer right here, Where the Weeping Willow Cries. We're done.
All right, perfect. So we're out.
Thank you guys so much
You're out
for
of
having
everything?
me.
Yeah, do you want me to? I can end the live stream. Hey guys, thank you very much for joining us here on YouTube and as well as on Twitch, Facebook Live if you joined us there, and axisradio.tv. Thank you very much for joining us today, and we will see you next week, same time, same channel, with In Conversation with Sharon Marie White next week, and then the week after that. Who are we doing the week after that, Don?
Mr. Robert Hitchcock will be here.
Robert Hitchcock the week after. So yeah, we're gonna be getting a lot more of these interviews in, and yeah, stay tuned for more and more because we've got some really great up and coming talent, some really great talent that's been here for a long time, and of course, we got people like Rachel Messer that we're here with. So. Thank you guys very much for joining us today, and we will see you all next week.
Don't forget to let her say goodbye now.
Yeah, actually, if you could do us one big favor, Rachel,
Yeah.
if you could say, something along the lines like you are listening to axisradio.ca, and I'm Rachel Messer, and whenever I listen to the best country music in the world, I listen on axisradio.ca. Could you do something along those lines?
Yeah.
You're afraid about me putting her on the friggin' spot.
All right, go ahead, Rachel.
Well, my name is Rachel Messer, and you're on axisradio.ca. And whenever I want to come listen to the greatest country music outlet of all time, I'm here. So check it out at axisradio.ca.
That's awesome. Thank you very much
That's
for
a hell of
that.
an endorsement.
Yeah.
Now that I got you off the
for
air.
having me.
Yeah. So,
Rachel, I got to tell you, we're kind of being nice to you because I'm a big fan. But
No.
We're usually kind of jackasses around here. We've been kind of known to cut up a rug pretty good, and people above us told us we had to behave ourselves today just because you were on it. And they think you were a fantastic singer, and I'm so glad that you were here with us today. Man, I have got to tell you, I have never been so excited to have someone on the show as I've had to have you on here today.
Oh my gosh.
What a beautiful voice you have, and I hope that your career really flourishes, young lady, and I hope that we can help you in any way we can. Now that we're off the air, I'm going to actually hit you up about that.
We're still live down below though, or we're still live on YouTube. So if you want to say bye to the fans,
I'm going to do it.
Okay, do it anyways. You want to end the stream, or you want to keep going? What do we want to do?
No, I'm talking. No, I got to get people are listening. No.
All right. Okay.
I thought you were already off, but anyway,
Yeah.
We got this concert all in to make awareness to the human trafficking problem going around the world.
Mm-hmm.
We would like to officially invite you to that. It will be streamed right across the world. We have the likes of course, Robert Eckridge, Robert Gore, Aaron Allen, and a lot of great talent coming to support this cause, and we would officially like to invite you to that.
Yeah.
If that is okay with you.
Absolutely. That's something that's super important to me, and it's a very big issue that I've been passionate about as well, in my personal life, trying to advocate for and stuff. So I would love to be a part of that in any way that I can, of course.
All right.
That would be perfect. I'll have my guy there get in touch with you because a lot of this stuff will be pre-recorded, so you don't have to put up your time and all that stuff. Pre-record a little segment there. We're working with Courage of Hope to give us all our facts and details for you guys to be talking about before you perform. About 20-minute segment is what we're kind of looking for if you're willing to do that.
Yeah.
Of course, it's all volunteer because of the charity. I'll have Sauerkraut get in touch with you and get you the details and all that fine stuff, and you'll be added to, of course, our worldwide advertising as well. That will bring notoriety to you around the world. I'm kind of subbing right now, and your music's already being played in Ireland, and we've only had you here 10 minutes.
Oh my God!
It's just incredible.
You guys are the best. Thank you.
I'm going after this guy. He's starting to tick me off. But no, it really doesn't bother me, Rachel, because it gets your music around the world, and it's a flattery to me that you want to steal my stuff and put it around the world. But it's right now you're being played in Ireland, and your song only hit my airways 5 minutes ago.
Oh my
It's
God!
incredible. But
That's
anyway,
funny.
Rachel, thank you for being here with us, man. It's been fun.
Awesome.
I'll have Sauerkraut get you into the details, and truly, truly, truly hope the greatest success for you.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys